My name is Michael Warner. I'm the Vice President of Premium Audit at Builders Insurance based in Atlanta, Georgia. My responsibility is premium audits. They need to make sure that the audits are correct and accurate, and Lowry is a big part of completing those audits for me in certain geographical areas. It's kind of interesting. So last year I met with Fred Lowry and I'm like, Fred, he was asking me, what can we do more for you? What can we do better for you? And so I said, you know what, let's start about having, monthly meetings. So we got a meeting together with my team and his team. And we started understanding how he could help us, how we could help them. This business is has to do with relationships and building relationships with your vendors, with your partners. And we had a relationship, but the work since that year has probably gone up 3 or 4 times since then, because I like the way they include me. I like the way they talk to me. I like the way they present their work to me. And one thing that Lowry does probably as good or better than anybody else in the industry is educating their people. They educate their people really well. They're involved in the local Auditors Association and the National Auditors Association, which I feel is important. With having that meeting from Fred, it just kind of exploded. I've been with Builders for 18 years, right? They've been doing business for me for probably about 14 of those years. But it was just, a few audits here and there. So it's just kind of is interesting how at last year's meeting, we got together, had the conversation, and things have kind of really exploded from there. The main advantage that Lowry and Resources Pro has been able to do for me is just allowed me to diversify my book. We have a fairly large book of business, and I had it in the hands of people that I just didn't really have a lot of confidence in. So speed is important, but it's not the most important thing in the premium audit business. The most important part of the business is getting an audit done correctly and getting it done right. And they're very receptive to hearing what I have to say to them. Not everybody does that. I mean, it sounds like it would be something that people would just, they really want to get together with you. They really want to do what you want them to do, but they just don't. But Lowry and Resources Pro, they actually care about what they do. And I find that very refreshing in this industry, just by training their employees. And they even invited me over to Arizona. I believe it was the end of last year, where they had a group of their auditors together, and they invited me and one of my managers over. And we went over there, and we were actually able to talk to their group and make them better, so they understood what I was looking for. And then they understood what their challenges were as well. So being able to have that connection has been just a godsend for me. These monthly meetings that we have allow us to sit down. We talk to them about the deficiencies that they have, and we have this thing called RFCs or non-RFCs. It's kind of my thing, Not an RFC stands for return for correction, and non-RFC stands for not a return for correction, but it's a mistake that they make that my staff, whenever we review the audits, corrects for them. And they are extremely receptive and get better. And we'll send them a list once a month, and we'll say, here's the problems that we need you to get better. And they're very receptive. They get on that, and they take care of it. And they have elevated their work quality substantially since we started implementing these meetings. They care. Lowry actually does care. A lot of other customers, sometimes they just want the money. They just want, here's what I'm billing you, now pay me. But it's more than that to them. I feel like I am more than just a number to them. And like I say, when you develop those relationships, it's important, because when you have that relationship that you can develop with them, they know that you're not just the bad guy that wants this and that wants everything, but they know that you truly care about them, and they care about me. So it's a symbiotic relationship where the more I'm able to communicate with them, the more they're able to communicate with me. It makes the work product better, and it makes the difference. Like I say, they care.